Hello there. You gonna do the intro?
No.
All right. Hello and welcome everybody to the PGL Lobbycast. Who will be the official podcaster of this week?
Wallace the Walrus.
Wallace the Walrus. That's right. All right. This is episode 291. With me today is
Brick.
Always better to have a co-host than to be recording alone, I will tell you that. Such a strange thing to sit here and talk to a microphone and not be able to look to the left or right and find anyone.
Well, you can just, you can say whatever you want about us because we're not here.
That is true. I hadn't thought about that. If it happens again, then I'll know.
I'll not record next week so that you can badmouth
No! I don't like this idea at all. Well, just a couple things in the news this week. Do you have anything? Any news?
No.
Any awesome stories from the stop?
No.
No?
No, not that I know of.
There are no awesome stories.
There are no awesome stories.
All right. Well, as I was talking about last week, Microsoft did complete the sale or the purchase of Mojang and has committed to keeping Minecraft on all the current platforms and keeping up the community and all that kind of stuff. And they're just going to be expanding out onto other platforms, whatever platforms are left.
Right.
So, which is basically Windows Phone and Windows 8.
Yeah.
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 Have you ever played Minecraft?
Yeah.
And?
I can't.
You can't?
I just can't.
On a scale of 0 to even, you can't?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, on a
I've...
scale of 0 to even, I literally can't.
Fair enough. Yeah, I've never played it. I've seen it. I've seen what it does. I really don't know exactly how you play unless you're just building stuff.
Yeah.
Can you go on adventures?
No, not that I know of. It's pretty much.
But there are swords and there are monsters.
Yeah, they come out at night and they attack you, and you have to have.
It's kind of like an adventure.
Well, yeah, kind of, but I mean, the main point of it is to just build stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, which is probably why I haven't played it.
That's why I stopped. I mean, it was pretty fun when I was playing it, but then I couldn't anymore.
I would say ain't nobody got time for that, but apparently lots of people have time for that.
Well, no, lots of children have time for that.
Oh.
I guarantee that is the main demographic that's playing that game.
Small children?
Or small children.
Okay.
Because it's very appropriate, there's absolutely nothing bad in it, It's all 8-bit graphics, too.
Brick, it's clearly not appropriate because the cubes do not have child-safe edges on them.
Clearly.
They can poke their eyes out or
I want to choke you for that.
It's not a joke. It's not a joke, Brick. Child safety is never a joke. It's kind of funny.
I want to rip your throat out right now.
Fair enough.
I want to throw it on the wall and dive through it into another dimension to steal a joke from Louis C.K.
Wow.
Although his
seems excessive.
His is slightly more filthy than that.
Oh, wow. Well, that is awful. I'm just imagining. I'm not even aware, but I am imagining. All right, well, let's go ahead and get to the Weekly Whatchas. There really wasn't a whole lot of news this week. There was a little bit where Clear Channel has changed their name to iHeartMedia because I believe they acquired iHeartRadio.
Oh, okay.
And they took on their victim of takeover.
They took on their form.
Yeah. So, no, they really will own everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. That's what they do. they swallow up radio and then churn out the same 25 songs ever so often. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
We're all well aware. That's why we can't listen to the radio anymore. Okay. What you listening to, Mr. Brick?
Just some shuffle this week, as well as I listened to the Mothership album on
Mothership?
Led Zeppelin
Oh,
on vinyl.
gotcha.
It was good. It is a great album, but it's 4 LPs. It
Nice.
takes a while.
That's
you gotta have some time.
That's a lot of music.
Yeah.
It's a lot of record flipping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But pretty good though.
4 times I had to flip a record by my count. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's fantastic.
It sounds
Really
fantastic, Brick.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost more excitement than I can stand.
You know, it's so exciting.
Okay. You done there?
Yeah. That's all I listen to.
All right. I'll just go ahead and do mine so you can calm down. Your energy level's off the charts right now, Brick.
I'm about to do a backflip.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was Puerto Rican.
You happy, Brick?
That's why they say I'm so lively and colorful.
Your mother was not Puerto Rican.
No, she was not at all.
All right. Well, this week I listened to a lot of the comedy station here in Denver. I believe one of the few things not owned by Clear Channel, right?
I think so, yeah.
Although they do repeat some comedy bits, so maybe they are owned by Clear Channel.
That would be the indication, wouldn't it?
Yeah, interesting. And then listen to a little bit of bop.fm, and it's a streaming music thing on the internet that you can attach your other music services. Like now, it's a lot of them. I'll read off the list really quickly here. Spotify, Deezer, Pandora, Xbox Music, Rhapsody, Napster, YouTube, SoundCloud, Radio, and Beats Music. If you have those, you can attach your service to it. And basically the idea is that if you wanted to send a friend a song or a playlist, like if I wanted to send you a playlist from Xbox Music and all you had was Beats Radio, then bop.fm is kind of the go-between and make sure that you're still able to play that without having to sign up for my service.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That is
kind of interesting.
It's a neat little service, yeah.
Yeah, so
there's so many of those music streaming services out there now.
Yeah, and so with all of these services, they have access to over 50 million songs, which makes them they're kind of a aggregator, I guess. They don't really
produce anything.
Yeah. They neither buy anything or sell anything, Brick.
They mediate.
They don't make things, nor do they have things that are made. Yeah. So it's kind of an interesting little thing. It's got a good interface. It's pretty slick. And being able to build playlists just out of songs, and regardless which services you have or which services the person you're sending them to has, and you can also share these playlists on Twitter or whatever, and anybody can listen to the playlist. Kind of interesting. I don't know. I don't do such things. I just think it's an interesting service. I read it as a bit of news and then ended up playing around with it for a while.
It is interesting.
I was picking I just hitting the random song button.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it was just pulling music from all these different services to see what's what.
That is pretty cool though.
I like that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I think that's about it for what you're listening to. Let's get into what you're watching, which I think will take up a little bit of a chunk of the show.
All right.
A little bit more than what you're playing.
Well, yeah. Well, probably. Maybe.
We'll see. We're going to talk about Destiny for sure.
We'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Okay. So I'm going to start this off. Here we go.
I'm ready. I'm sitting down.
Okay. Are you sitting down?
I am.
Okay.
I'm clearly sitting down, Brick. I'm sitting next to you.
Oh, right.
There's only about 2 feet between our microphones.
Good for you. Okay. So the first thing on my list this week is I started a rewatch of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
If you could hear my teeth grinding in the microphone, but
I did.
At least you did it. Okay, I'm sorry. At least you can claim that you did it for a girl.
Well, I did it for the both of us.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the gift that keeps on taking.
It was a suggestion from her.
Right.
And I obliged because why wouldn't I, Geoff? Knowing me, why wouldn't I?
It hasn't even been that long.
It's such a reasonable request. Yeah, but it's been so long since I've seen the first season. It's been like 2 years since I've seen the first season.
Brick, you walked straight out of rehab and scored some drugs. That's what you did.
Yeah, but them drugs is so good.
No, I've seen Buffy. It's terrible.
It's not, Geoff. You're terrible. You're what? Okay, Geoff. You're gonna watch the new season of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., aren't you?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it. It's awful.
See, here's the thing: is that even the fact that you're considering, and it's not just no, I'm not gonna do that, loses all your credibility.
Okay, but here's the thing: you're comparing something I haven't seen and has the possibility of getting better.
No, it doesn't. You know it.
It has a slight possibility of getting better.
It has zero possibility of getting better.
What you're doing is you're watching something you know to be terrible.
No, I'm watching something I know to be great. Again.
You're watching Saved by the Bell with vampires.
Oh, shut up. I'm not. Zach Morris isn't in the show.
Okay, let's continue on, because hopefully it'll get better.
Okay.
Well, it has no choice but to get better, so let's go ahead.
Okay. And then I watched a little bit of The West Wing.
Okay. See, I haven't seen The West Wing, so,
and
it's got to be better.
And I can, because I've also been kind of doing a little bit of a rewatch of Parks and Rec. And
Okay.
I can say that Rob Lowe, he might play the same character in everything. It's
pretty
possible. Because, I mean, Sam Seaborn in The West Wing and Chris Traeger are kind of similar. Like, Chris Traeger is just a more enthusiastic Sam Seaborn.
Okay.
And then Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
The new season.
What are your opinions so far?
It's good. It's just kind of boring at this point,
Did you watch the second episode also?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's just,
And we will be spoiling stuff on this show. So if we hear a show that you're not caught up, if you hear the name of the show that you're not caught up with, we're about to talk about it.
Or movie.
Here's my frustration with this week's Sons of Anarchy. Last week, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. This show it's all right.
Well,
it has occasionally bits of really great television. But
I really liked last season.
They're few and far between. Those awesome moments.
I think last season had more than the previous one before.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Like it was more consistently good. But after Tara's dead, Jax has no moral compass. It's over for him.
Yeah.
And it's just boring because what is he gonna do? He's just gonna go around killing everybody.
Pretty much.
Yay. I get to watch that with absolutely no dynamic in my characters anymore.
And here is my major frustration with this episode, second episode, Toil and it ends the movie or ends the show with the one of the other charters realizing that Jax had killed their buddies. Basically. and it all hinges on a mistake that Jax would never have made.
Right.
For someone who is associated with the weapons trade, why'd you commit do this thing with a very unique weapon and then leave it behind as one of the planted guns?
Yeah,
You would have so many weapons with nondescript weapons with the serial numbers filed off. You would not have specialty weapons like
one
a chrome-plated
sawed-off
shotgun.
Yeah, one that would be recognizable on sight.
Yeah, something you could be 20 feet away from and say, "Oh, I know exactly whose weapon that is."
Oh, I know exactly whose weapon that is. Maybe because, I don't know, I'm the one who put it in the van, too.
Right,
and the president of the whatever the Hills charter, Iron Hills or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
The president of that charter, he was the one that put that gun in the truck, and so as soon as he sees it, he's like, "Oh, hey, I know what gun this is."
Yeah, that weapon never would have been involved in anything that Jax was doing.
No.
Never.
Well, it's stupid.
It could be in a personal collection up on the wall, but in the gun business, they would have all these weapons that were basic flat black. They wouldn't have
basic flat black, no tape on the handle, just a shotgun.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you? It doesn't make any sense. And Jax is not that stupid either.
Right.
We know this from previous seasons. He's not that stupid.
Yeah, he's one of the craftiest characters on television.
And neither is, or the two that were with him, Bobby or Chips. They're not.
No. They're not idiots.
Yeah. That's just dumb. But
so now this major plot point is left hanging there with a nothing but faulty premise.
Right.
So anyway.
Yeah. I didn't buy that almost immediately.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still decent. I mean, it's kind of fun to watch, and it's the final season, which is why it's like True Blood now.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like it is. It's like True Blood now.
You got to finish it out.
I'm just finishing it because it's the last season.
Right.
I've made it this far. I'm not just going to stop 2 episodes into the last season because of a stupid plot point.
Right.
Then I watched Boardwalk Empire, which is also in its final season. And it's
going to be next on the list, actually.
And that is a well-done show. That is a show that's actually consistently good.
Yeah.
All the way throughout. I mean, it's not as consistently good as like Breaking Bad or anything, but I mean, for a serial drama, it has. I don't think I've ever been really truly disappointed with a season of Boardwalk Empire.
Right. Well, I think the only time that show's ever faltered was with what was his
Jimmy,
his son, or adopted type underling.
Yeah. That he was in like the first season or first 2 seasons.
Maybe first season, just a couple episodes of season 2.
No, because he killed him in the
in a finale.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he got killed in a mid-season episode.
I think he got killed in a final.
Okay.
Final.
So it would have been the end of season 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds right. But as soon as he was, I mean, I really liked the show, from season 1 on, but it got so much better after that asshole was dropped. But yeah, I love Boardwalk Empire. It's really good. Fantastic show. No problems with it whatsoever. Good. And then the last one on my list is Tusk.
We got some things to talk about.
Mr. Tusk.
Mr. Tusk. Go ahead. You go first. Give your take on the movie.
It was amazing. It was everything that I wanted it to be, and I didn't even know what I wanted it to be.
Okay.
It was really kind of, it was hilarious, but it was disturbing as all hell.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no preparation for seeing him as a walrus for the first time. Like the first time you see that, it just I'm gonna have nightmares about that for a very long time. That was very, very wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's so good, and it's really funny, and the fact that Johnny Depp is just hilarious. He's awesome in it, and you don't even know that he's there. Like, there's no indication.
He and the two girls at the convenience store, I think they're getting a new movie.
Right.
But,
yeah. Well, and the two girls at the convenience store, one is Harley, Kevin's daughter, and the other is Johnny's daughter.
Yeah. Yeah. Harley Smith's the one on the right, and little Deppy is
yeah, little Depp. I don't know what her name is. I'm sorry.
is on the right.
But yeah, they're both in that. But he's awesome, and there's no like if you watch the trailer, they're not trying to like sell it off of Johnny Depp, his star power at all. Like you have no idea. I was
aware that he was probably in it because in the talks about the new movie, he loves that character, and so whenever that character was referred to, I was like, oh, okay.
Well,
Depp's in this movie, so
I had no idea, because I didn't know anything about the movie. Nothing that it was like.
I like the makeup job they did on him, though.
On Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because like when I first saw him, I was like, oh, that's Johnny Depp. That's who that is.
Yeah.
It was like,
yeah.
I was like, that is awesome that he's in this movie. But yeah, I mean, I have no complaints about it whatsoever. It was amazing, so good.
Yeah, I walked out of that movie not sure what had happened to me.
It was pretty astounding.
Well, it has all the ridiculous comedy of a Kevin Smith movie.
Right.
But then there's just something
like
awful
really
and soul crushing.
Yeah.
Also held within this movie. I
mean, you don't know how to feel.
Yeah. And see, like the reveal of the walrus costume, it didn't look great. It looked fairly comical, I thought. But
it just looks so. I mean, the first initial sighting of it, is just so shocking.
It's awful.
It's really bad.
Yeah,
and like it looks like something like that if you saw it in real life, that you would just go.
yeah. Yeah.
And Michael Parks is
amazing.
In anything he's in.
Oh man, he's just so good. Because he only gives you little bits of crazy.
Yeah.
It's mostly him, talking about his life and
it was a brown recluse.
And and then but he's putting on characters, so you don't know really even if the man isn't a character, and that's not even really him.
Yeah. I mean, he did a fantastic job.
Right.
Justin Long did a fantastic job. Everyone really did.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know what else to say about it other than just you have to see it for yourself if you haven't already.
Well, what's also interesting is the character of the simpleton.
Yeah.
May not even have been a character that he affected. It may have been Guy Lapointe's perception of him. I don't know. I thought it was very smartly done. It's just, man, and some of the points were just so ridiculous.
Well, some of the points are so ridiculous, but at the same time, you're like so sad.
Yeah.
And it's like some of it is so tragic.
Yeah. Yeah, and the whole thing at the end, and I guess I won't spoil that, but that didn't make any sense at all to me. That he would be remanded to the reserve or whatever.
Did you stay for the credits?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you saw Guy after?
Oh, after?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Did you hear like the podcast conversation?
Yeah.
Well, I mean that was that.
Oh, okay.
That was the little end scene.
Okay.
Was that conversation in the podcast?
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
You know, I mean, I don't think it was like especially from their conversation. I don't think it was meant to be taken seriously. I mean, maybe,
Right.
but I mean, it kind of. But you know, if you hadn't heard that, you would take that seriously, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's just the walrus suit's so ridiculous
Yeah.
that it's kind of hard to take it seriously, but you do.
Right.
You know?
No, and see, what I was thinking about last night after I got home, because this is a movie that you think about after you've seen it.
Oh yeah.
Of what it would have been like as an animated movie, or like with a little more polish, played completely straight,
Right.
and not with the comedic elements.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Well, I don't think it would have worked either way.
I don't know. It would have been very Human Centipede-ish, I guess.
Well, yeah. I mean, I suppose, but I feel like that's how it works. Is that it's this kind of ridiculous horror comedy.
Yeah, yeah. And I would almost say that it follows a very similar structure as wait, where's the poster?
Red State.
Red State.
Well, yeah. I mean, Red State was more serious than Tusk was.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because it was a more serious concept.
Yeah.
You know, Tusk was. I mean, do you know like the origin of?
Yeah, I've
mean,
listened to the
this
podcast of that
Yeah,
was
I
the
mean,
origin of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a ridiculous origin. It's
Yeah.
just just this Craigslist ad of this guy that was a total joke. It wasn't even a serious Craigslist ad. It was
Right.
just this guy that was pranking people. It was like, if you need a place to stay, you can live here rent free, but you have to wear a walrus suit for 2 hours a day. You know.
Yeah.
And then they just took that and ran with it into this creepy sort of horror comedy, and it really works that way though.
And cut to Tusk.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
No complaints.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but man, I enjoyed it as I think I enjoyed it as a film, like a piece of film, rather than as entertainment.
What?
Well, like I was appreciating it for like style and different writing and directing choices,
Okay.
and not as the finished product, I guess.
Okay.
I was appreciating in its parts and not as its whole.
Oh, I appreciated it as its whole.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That
It was
was
very, very interesting.
on the whole, I mean, because that the whole name of the podcast
Yeah.
is totally Kevin Smith comedy.
Oh, for sure.
Is it Nazi party?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's NaziParty.com. Spell it. Spell it. They hung up.
Yeah. All right. What else have you been watching, sir?
That's it.
That was it?
That was
your list, huh?
That was my list.
All right. Well, as we discussed during his weekly Whatchas or Whatchas, I did watch Tusk, and I did watch Sons of Anarchy. A couple other things I checked out. I saw Z Nation. It's a new zombie show on Sci-Fi. It's pretty awful. I will not continue watching it.
It is on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, but it's bad.
Should have been your first indication.
I know. I should know better by now. I didn't get sucked into the Sharknado thing, but
why are you spending time venturing out to other shows when you have good shows that you aren't caught up on yet?
I'm working on it. Sometimes
You're clearly not. You're watching Z Nation instead of Boardwalk Empire.
Okay. Brick, in your own life, do you not eat steak, but occasionally eat like
crap?
Yeah.
No, I don't
chips
eat
and
crap.
stuff.
I don't eat crap.
You don't eat junk food.
Well, I mean, I eat junk food, but I don't
That's
eat
what
crap.
I'm talking.
No, you're actually eating crap.
Says the guy who's embarking on a rewatch of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, says the guy who's watching an actual good show.
Ba-bam. I watched Hell on Wheels. Episode 7 of Hell on Wheels is probably some of the more sad and impactful episodes of television I've seen.
Really?
Pretty crazy. If you've been following the show, the show in general is okay. It's not a spectacular show, but I'd say it's consistently good.
Okay.
But this particular episode was just nuts.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed it. I thought it was awesome, and it involved one of the characters leaving the show, coming to a violent end, as it were.
Okay.
So
I'm mentally preparing for your next one.
Franklin and Bash?
Uh-huh.
Why are you mentally preparing for that?
Because you're willing to give me crap about Buffy, and you're watching Z Nation and Franklin and Bash, and The Last Ship, and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, those are fair points. But I won't watch Z Nation again. Franklin and Bash is just something silly that I like to put on. You dropped the mic. Nice. I like Breckenmeyer. I think he's funny.
Okay.
And Zach Morris is on it. He's the other guy.
I know.
But I didn't realize he was the other guy until maybe
this moment,
a few weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know.
You didn't realize that was Zach Morris?
No, because Zach Morris has blonde hair. This guy has brown hair,
well,
and there's been so many years in between.
Well, yeah, but I saw the advertisements for that show, and I was like, that's Zach Morris right there.
Oh, see, I didn't watch Saved by the Bell. Is the thing. Oh. I was only aware of Saved by the Bell as a,
as a cultural
pop
reference.
Cultural thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched Saved by the Bell.
Okay, see, then you would have reason to immediately. I would only know him from commercials or
clips from the show or something.
Exactly. Continuing to watch Rush. Rush is pretty good. Like that show. Batman the Animated Series, watched a couple episodes.
Ooh,
I like
it.
Good. Yeah, I like it. I picked up on Shameless, trying to catch up on that one.
Is that still good? Because I haven't even.
This season's pretty good. Yeah.
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 I haven't even started it, but I hear it's good.
Yeah, Frank.
Bill Macy.
Yeah. William H. Macy's character, I don't know how he's healthy in real life and look like that in the show.
Like that character.
It's pretty bad.
Well, I mean, how is Christian Bale healthy in real life and look like the character in The Machinist?
Now, William H. Macy now looks kind of like Willem Dafoe.
Oh.
But he's all emaciated and sickly looking, and I guess it can be done with makeup, but some of it looks like he's just not well.
Why don't you tell us how you really feel about Willem Dafoe?
Oh, come on now. He is a weathered-looking individual.
He's weathered-looking, but he doesn't look, all the time like he looked in that one David Lynch movie.
Ugh. Yeah. Anyway.
Wild at Heart. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. And then I watched The Nick. It's a pretty good show.
They showed the first 3 episodes of it on HBO, and I have them. I have them on my DVR, but I haven't watched them yet.
Yeah, I'm really liking that one. Andre 3000 is actually probably the best part of that show.
Okay.
So Clive Owen's good too, but
Clive Warren.
Oren?
Clive Warren.
Who's Clive Warren?
From Ricky Gervais's podcast.
Oh, yeah, I haven't heard that.
His friend, the guy that always says like the ridiculous,
oh, right,
tells the ridiculous
yeah.
stories. He calls him Clive Warren. He thought his name was Clive Warren, not
Nice.
Clive Owen.
That's kind of funny. I like that guy's stories.
Carl Pilkington.
Carl Pilkington, yeah. So that's about it. Can't think of anything else right off the bat. Hey, let's move on to what you playing, Brick.
All right. Madden 15.
And how's that?
It's good in the PGL
Same as it
league.
ever was?
Yep. Well, I mean, no. I mean, it's better than it ever was.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, this Madden's really good actually. It's quite fun to play.
So why do you think EA decided to come out with an actual good version of their game?
I don't know. They have no motivation to, you know. I mean, there's nothing challenging them. They don't even have an NCAA to challenge them this year.
That's true.
I mean, they don't, and that was made by them too. Maybe they just focused all their resources on this instead of splitting them into 2 football games.
Yeah, maybe so.
But yeah, there's no NCAA, there's no ESPN 2K series like there used to be. So it has just been Madden, and so there have been no motivation. So with Madden, it's always been hit or miss. There's always been like a good Madden, and then the next year's usually crap, and then the next year's usually okay. The next year's usually crap, and then the next year it might be really good, might be crap. You know, you just don't know what you're getting because it's a game they release literally every year. They've been doing it for 26 years now, and so you really don't know what you're getting every time you buy it. You just hope that it's good because you want the updated roster, so that's why you buy it again.
Right.
And it is. I'm enjoying the PGL League. It's nice, even though the last game that I played was pretty bad. I just couldn't get my offense going at all. And then I've been playing Destiny on the PS4 because reasons.
When are you going to get the Xbox One version?
I'm not. Why would I spend another $60?
To play with everybody else? Me, Will?
Well, it's just so
probably going to be Lou.
It's just so much money. No, Lou's going to get a PS4. Lou, buy a PS4. Do it. Do it now. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I do get an Xbox One copy, it's going to be a while from now because I at least want to max out my character on my PS4 copy before I even start one on.
Maxing out your character does not exist in Destiny.
Well, maxing out my character for the time being, which is like level 27.
Okay.
I think. So, and then I've been playing NHL 15, which is also really good. They're really killing it with sports games this year.
They needed to.
I mean, Madden 15 is awesome, which no one really expected. They just expected, another.
I wonder how the sales were on it, because they've had a streak of not so great Madden titles, and I'm just wondering if people, except and this people are not hardcore football fans. I wonder if they even bothered this year.
This one actually got really good reviews too. I think Madden stepped up their game this year, like the team that usually does it, because of how well they saw FIFA was doing. Because there are a lot of people that have no interest in soccer whatsoever, but they would pick up FIFA and play it because it was really fun to play.
Right.
And so I think that's what they're trying to do with Madden, is get people that don't really have an interest in football, but like video games, and would pick it up and play it.
Well, it could have been a bunch of sports game fans that had been alienated by the quality of the Madden games, and
switched to FIFA.
Found FIFA.
Well, because FIFA's always been really good.
Yeah.
And it's always been really fun, and so is the NBA 2K series, and then on the PlayStation you have the MLB The Show, which has always been consistently good, and Madden's always been really kind of rocky. And so I think they're kind of trying to step up.
Good.
which
Good. I'm
is
glad
good.
to hear that.
And then I got together with some friends and played Talisman on Thursday night.
And what is that?
Or no, Tuesday night. It's a board game, kind of like D&D.
Oh, okay.
But
I'm unaware of it.
It's a board game with multiple expansions that came out in like the 80s, and you have a character sheet like you do in D&D, but it's more simple. Like you don't have to roll for your character. Your character already has stats that are set,
Okay.
and then you only use 2 6-sided die to just get around the board, and then to roll to attack other things and
Okay.
all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like a more simplified version of D&D.
Okay.
But
Cool.
it's really fun. And that completes my list.
All right. Well, I've been playing Destiny, obviously, and really enjoying that. And I would say, what level is your character?
8.
8. I'd say that the game kind of transforms at level 20.
Oh, it does. It does. You have to have certain gear to level up.
Yeah, it becomes more of a rating and strike based game, and multiplayer for sure.
Right.
It's almost as if you're playing an intro for the first 20 levels or first 19 levels. It definitely changes. There's a lot of depth that's added at level 20.
Right.
So it rewards people who put in the time for sure. Really been enjoying that. I've been playing with. It's kind of funny. I've played with Sam and Will, and I've played some from the guys from the old PGL, Wonder Monkey and Keezy, Just in Time, and probably some other people.
Jordan, right?
I did play with Jordan, but that's a separate thing.
It's a separate character because it's
I'll definitely get to that.
okay.
But I also the last couple of days I've been playing with somebody who happens to be from Greeley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just we happened to be in the same place at the same time, and we were the same level. And so he, just sent me an invite, and we started talking and stuff, and he used to hang out at the restaurant that I managed all the time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just one of those small world things. But so that's been fun, and it's been cool doing these strikes. And for those of you who don't have Destiny, strike mission is basically playing just a segment of the game leading to going through a series of mini bosses and ending in a boss battle.
Right.
This is basically taking the most exciting part of a story mission,
right,
and you just playing it as focused,
right.
And they do a great job, and they shift things around a lot, and there are server events that just happen while you're out doing your own thing, and you run into other people, like I said, that guy, because there are lots of instances on the server, but it's all on the same server, it seems like, because you can just move back and forth between instances and play with whoever, and you run into random strangers. You'll come across strangers fighting and dying against an enemy, and you can revive them and help them out fighting their baddies. A lot of fun. Now, what really surprised me is whenever, because I got Jordan the 360 version of Destiny. I've been playing the Xbox One version, for those who haven't heard before. Got him that for his birthday, because if you buy the digital copy of the 360 version, then you can get the digital copy of the Xbox One version for free.
Yeah.
And same thing with PS3, PS4.
Uh-huh.
What I thought was really interesting is I went and rented the 360 version from Redbox, put it in my Xbox, and my character was there. Like on the character select screen. It's
pretty cool.
Completely seamless. And I started up the story mode because Jordan was starting from scratch. I was starting from scratch, so I created a new character so that we could level up together. Started up the story mode, and all the achievements I'd earned in the 360 version started popping. On the Xbox One version, started popping on the 360 version, and it's completely seamless.
Well,
going back and forth, and then I went back to the Xbox One version, and an achievement that I'd earned on the 360 version popped, and my Xbox 360 character was there.
So do you think that's just through Xbox Live?
No, it's through Bungie.
It's through Bungie.
Yeah, so I think you have to have a Bungie.
So if
no, you absolutely do have to have a Bungie account.
So if I were to get an Xbox One version, do you think my PS4 character would transfer?
Easiest way to tell is for us to go upstairs after the show and have you sign into your live account on my Xbox One.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, be easy. But I'm fairly sure that your character exists on Bungie regardless of where you're accessing it from.
Okay.
Now you can't do any cross-platform play.
Sure.
But I think your character exists in the world.
That's all I really care about.
Yeah.
Because that would be really awesome if I didn't have to start a whole new character from scratch.
Yeah, because my
my
original character is now level 21, 22. I think it's 22 now, and my second character is level 9.
Okay.
So, but it made me think. It was like, okay, well, they made this so easy. Why haven't games been doing this for
a
while?
Yeah,
it's true. Because I think that they never really gave us what they promised when they said things would be transitioning to the digital versions, is to make the digital versions cheaper. That never really happened for consoles. No, they're just as expensive, if not more expensive, to get the digital version rather than the physical copy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know this from working in a game store. I mean, you can get like a used copy, which makes no difference whatsoever.
Right.
And sometimes a new copy for cheaper than what the digital version is selling for.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you see fairly often where Amazon will be running a sale on a game for $19.99. And it's still $29.99. Yeah. Well, it's more definitely on the marketplace. But this kind of thing, where you can buy it on one platform digitally, and get it on a different platform for free when you upgrade to a different platform.
Yeah,
I think that's a great.
Well, because it's encouraging people to upgrade to a new system. That's why they're doing it. It's encouraging people to get the next generation of systems.
Yeah.
Instead of, because Bungie wants you to play it on an Xbox One or PS4.
Sure. Yeah, I was reading.
Better.
Yeah, I was reading some comparisons between the two, and apparently, generation to generation, the PS4 one looks slightly better than the 360 version, or than the Xbox One version. So many consoles, and the 360 version looks substantially better than the PS3 version.
Really? But
they tried to get parity across all the platforms, but I will tell you, next to the Xbox One version, the 360 version looks terrible.
Really?
Yeah, and it may just be
the 360 version looks better than the PS3, and the PS4 looks better than the Xbox One.
Yeah. But the problem is, and it may just be my memory, but I would say that Destiny doesn't even look as good as Halo 4.
Ooh.
Like it's a stepping back in visuals.
I mean, because to get the vastness of it, they probably had to dumb down graphics a little bit for 360.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, because it
could just be a perception.
It is a next-gen title. And so for them to get it on last-gen systems, they probably had to make a couple of sacrifices.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, it's still enjoyable to play. It's still a solid title.
Right.
Plays exactly the same.
Sure. Yeah.
Although I would say that the aiming feels a little sluggish on the 360 compared to the Xbox One.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's why they're offering you the free copy.
Yeah.
It's because they're like, hey, this is gonna be, hey guys, this is gonna be better for you if you just pick up an Xbox One.
Yeah. Yeah. But like I said, it's been really enjoyable. It's been the first game in a long time that I've been willing to put much time at all into.
Yeah, I really want to put some more time into it as well.
Yeah.
Everybody seems to be surpassing me very quickly.
It's all right. It happens.
The
key is doing.
There's not one person that I know that is close to my level, except for you with your second character.
The key is doing bounties, making sure you're always working on bounties.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just haven't put the time in. I mean, I'm sure if I was just going through and doing the story missions and everything like that, I'd be leveling up a lot quicker. But you know, I just haven't played it that much.
Sure. Yeah. Good times. Good times. So, what else? I think that's about it. Haven't been playing much of anything else. I may have played a game of Wordament on my phone. I don't know. My phone's been giving me fits lately. So.
Fits.
The Wi-Fi does not turn on my phone anymore. It tries, but it will not complete the process.
Oh, that's fun.
It's not that it's just connecting. If I turn it on, it turns itself off.
That's just fun for the whole family.
That's really fun when I'm about to go on a trip.
Right.
Where I'm depending on Wi-Fi because I don't want to pay data rates.
Right.
International data rates.
Right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I forgot when I thought you were talking about to like New Mexico, and I was like, that's not that bad.
No.
And I remembered, yeah, you're about to. You should get that looked at. You should get that fixed.
I tried, but this little heat looking thing on the top corner. They said it invalidates my warranty. So
seriously.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'm part of the Verizon Edge program, and I'm gonna see how much it costs for me to just do an early upgrade.
You might do that.
Yeah. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go ahead and wrap up the show. Been getting some more Facebook likes lately. That's kind of cool.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Oddly enough, and I hate giving voice to this. But my solo show last week is one of our more popular shows in a while. I have no idea why that is because it's terrible to me. It's terrible to not have the conversation. Like the whole point of the show is conversation, and there was no conversation.
There was conversation with you.
Stupid is what it is. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching and listening, and sharing and liking and enjoying the show across all its many platforms. So, Brick, welcome back. Glad to have you here on the show.
Thanks.
All right. Love you. Bye.
I'm just jazzed to be here on the show.
I know this about you.
I had to put that in.
Yeah.